Good day, everybody. Thanks for joining me. I'm Sean, and lately I've been walking around talking about things that I see and like and find interesting. That's what we're going to do today. Got the old City Hall in the background here. We are obviously downtown. There's three things I want to point out today, and it's all part of a theme, and that is look up. If you walk around shoegazing throughout your entire life, you're going to miss most of the cool stuff. And there's a couple things I'm going to point out today in downtown Kingston that are excellent examples of that. Let's go get started. And here we are, guys, in the back half of Rashlo Court. I'm not really sure, maybe we refer to this particular part of it as the Brock Street carriageway, but in any event, behind me we see the patio to the Black Dog, wonderful restaurant. But what is of real note in here is when you look up, there's a couple things that you might not have noticed. I certainly know that when this whole alleyway space was opened up to the public, I did not notice what I'm about to show you myself for about a month or so, because I didn't look up. So we turn that camera around and we have a little look at our environs here. Beautiful, beautiful place. Rich in history and home to an installation art piece, which could easily go unnoticed. I have been looking online for information about this piece and I simply can't find it, which is a little surprising given that there's a huge contingent of history buffs in town, which generally spend a lot of time talking about this stuff on Facebook. I just can't get that information. So if anybody out there actually knows who the artist is that made this wonderful piece, I'd love to know. I feel like they might have taken actual clothing and rendered it in bronze, I think. We got a hat, a little muscle shirt right there. Hat, muscle shirt, and jacket. Pretty cool stuff. And there is one other piece that I actually noticed just now, and that is this little guy right here. I had not seen him before. Let's see if we can get a better boo at that. Not really a fan of bugs normally, but you know, I'll do it for art's sake. Can't really get any tighter on that guy, but I feel that could be by the same artist. It's starting to patina, so it's turning green, whereas these ones, yeah, okay, they got the green patina on them as well. In any event, that's stop one in our looking up tour of downtown Kingston. We're gonna head on down the old Brock Street carriageway here. Turn this puppy around for that. And as you may have guessed, or if you're familiar with the layout here, we are gonna open up onto Brock Street, which brings into focus our next look up spectacle. Right up there. Do a little jaywalking here. Safety first. Now this guy, again, is something that I had not noticed for the longest time. In fact, I walked by this building for years without realizing it was there. And this building is actually quite old and was the former home to a Murphy's Plumbing business, I believe. And that's where we got this fixture from. There has been a pretty recent renovation on this building, I think in 2013 possibly. And they renovated the entire thing, put up more appropriate storefront signage to keep in the historical integrity of the building. And they refurbished the tap. I think they sent it away somewhere to a foundry to actually get the repairs done on it, because it had been up there for quite a while. And I think it was rusty and all worn out, but it's pretty cool right now. See if I can get all angles of this guy. There's actually an olive oil shop right here below it. I think it'd be kind of cool if you turn that tap and olive oil came out of it. Oh, and I also just spotted something else. Check this out. I've got a spectator. That's the dry tap on Brock Street. I've talked about that before. I've just sort of mentioned it in passing. I just think that's a pretty cool little feature. I'm going to take a walk around the corner here to Market Square and have a look at our next spectacle in the sky. Market is in session today, as we can see. Oldest running farmers market in North America. Here we are, coming up on our next spectacle in the sky. This is Morrison's restaurant. Old stone feature in downtown Kingston. It's a diner that's been around, I believe, since the, I want to say the 50s. This is one of Kingston's old school diners. I believe it's in its third round of ownership. The Morrison family that began the business is obviously no longer around, or at the very least they are not the proprietors. Now the reason that I'm pointing out this place is their sign in particular. One feature right here in the bottom rocker. So if we notice, Morrison's restaurant is offering seafood. I don't know if you can see that, they're kind of worn out. Over here we got steak, and down here we've got what used to be banquet facilities, which is not a service that Morrison offers any longer. And I think what's happened here is, just to make sure that there was no confusion, they turned the sign inside out in order that they might not confuse anybody by suggesting that they offer services they no longer do. For anybody that's been in there, it's pretty clear that they do not offer banquet services. They offer greasy eggs, which is cool in its own right, but definitely a different thing. Just turned it inside out. Now, when I first spotted this, I actually did so in a photograph of this sign that a friend of mine took, and we actually have this photo from her on the wall in my living room. Well, did she just sort of like reverse the negative? You know, what happened here? Was she trying to play with that? But then I realized everything else was right side up, or right side out, I guess you'd say. And that's what we've got for Morrison's. But there is one more thing that I want to point out over here. So there we are, guys. Thank you for joining me on this look up tour in Kingston. I always enjoy taking a little walk around Kingston and talking about the things I see. One last thing that somebody could spot if they were to look up in downtown Kingston, but is very time specific, because you're only going to be able to see it today. There is a guy on that roof. I swear to God. He was there. There he is. Gotcha. As ever, guys, if you find value here and you enjoy these videos, please let me know in the comments. Consider subscribing. You can always hit that buy me a coffee link if you like, but really not necessary. What I really like is to see the comments, because that helps me gauge what you're interested in, what resonates with people, and it's just fun to talk to strangers sometimes. Anyway, bye for now, guys. There he is.